Well, since our last match at Alavis, we went on a 6-game winning streak. Well, let me rephrase that. We went on a 6-game non-losing streak. It all came crashing to a halt against Valencia, but part of me sort of expected that. The other part of me didn't expect to get spanked as hard as we did against Valencia, but you'll see that here in a minute. Because of our run, we are currently in 6th place, which is European football, which is still a couple of years too early. My name's FM20. It's time to get real. Last episode, you saw us get thumped by Atletico, and then we drew against Alaves. And then against Levante, we drew 0-0. This was one of those games where we all had a lot of shots, we all had a lot on target, and just the defense on both sides was good enough that it didn't go into the goal. Kadusic, Player of the Match award, 2 chances created, 2 key assists, really good on the defense. For a backup I brought in to be Sarek's buddy, and he's still upset with me. He did a really good job this game. Then the winning streak started against Leganes. We beat them 3-0. They had Gaspar sent off in the 38th minute, which absolutely did not help them at all. I mean, I can't see how getting a red card would help a team, but, it made their job even harder. They had 3 shots, 1 on target. We had 24 and 13. We were already 1-0 up at the half and just totally dominating them. And then Gaspar went in a straight red and just made things worse. After that they decided to sit all the way back, and I said, okay, we will go all the way forward, and we did, and we just played on their half the pitch for the better part, the remainder of the game. Against Leganes, we won 2-1. Yada had a goal. Addison Andrade, who is one of my youth midfielders, had a goal as well. Very nice performance from us. 20 shots, 13 on target, slight possession advantage. Played a little bit further back this time, but as you can see, we were still pretty active on the wings. I've stopped pressing really, really high just because we started getting caught out on the counter too often. Against Sevilla, we shut them out 2-0, thanks to goals by Mark Matasevic and Lucina Traore. Rabbit Matondo came back from his groin injury, and then I played him in a couple of U19 games to get him healthy, and then 44 minutes into this match, he went out with a groin injury. The man's a walking groin injury. I really want to like him, but I'm sorry, Rabbi. You're leaving in January. I'm going to let your groin be someone else's problems. So 13 shots, 9 on target for us, 11 shots, 4 on target for them. We did a really good job against them. Against Espanyol, Espanyol fired their coach, and then the coach who came in left Nottingham, who was 5th in the EFL, or in the championship, to take over Espanyol, who are dead last in the standings. We'll take a look at that here in just a minute. The new Croatian sensation, Predrag Smokovic, had a goal in the 44th minute. Ivan Mesic had his own goal 5 minutes later. We had 13 shots, 6 on target to their 8 and 5. They really couldn't put anything together. You could tell they were disjointed. They were playing just really, really... lackadaisical is the wrong word I'm looking for. They weren't all that interested in the game. And then Celta Vigo, we drew 1-1, and we had to claw the drawback on this one because Asensio scored for them in the 83rd minute. Yada equalized in the 87th minute. I was holding out for the draw, and then I got really lucky. Yada had a really nice goal. We had 13 shots, 7 on target. They're 12 and 7. Game-wise, this was one of those where I pushed a little bit forward up. They were playing this 4-2-3-1, but I'm having a hard time explaining this as George goes nuts over the squirrel running across the front yard there. So there's their 1, there's their 4. Where's their 2? Where's their 3? Is that their 2 and that is their 3? They were really, really clumped tightly together. They were defending really, really narrowly. And even though I started playing wider, they had the speed to keep up with us. and any long shots we tried, they'd hoof the ball up to Traore or Pedrag, and a second later their defender would be there, so we just couldn't put anything together. And then against Valencia, we absolutely crapped the bed. There's just no other way to put it. They absolutely dominated us 6-1. Charles Ely Mathis got sent off on a double yellow card in the 67th minute. We had 13 shots, 10 on target, so we had our chances. They had 18 and 13. Frickin' Lunin was on a 7-9. He made a couple of wonder saves that I am still trying to figure out how the ball didn't go into the net. He made one where I swear 99% of the ball was over the line, and he somehow managed to tap it out. Coutinho had a goal, Ortiz had a goal, Moratan had a goal, Goya had a goal, Sung Hun Min, who joined them last year from Tottenham, had a goal in the 87th minute. That was salt on the wound. It was a thoroughly miserable performance by almost everybody. Smokovic had a really good game, and he was about the only one. So today, slight change of plans. We are going to play Getafe, and then we're going to play Vizcaya Bilbao, who are a team that are so low, they're semi-professional. And I'm going to play a lot of the youngsters against these guys to see how well they do. And hopefully we won't trip over our own 2 feet, and we will get the win. In the league, we are currently in 6th place. Well, we're tied for 5th with 31 points, but Betis is ahead of us. 17 matches played. Our 31 goals are 3rd highest. Our 24 goals are our 12th best. We're first in yellow cards. Of course we're first in yellow cards. Our average attendance is up, but that's because of the bigger stadium we're playing in. Pedrag leads us with 11 goals. 11 goals in 17 matches is really, really good. Eric Madishak leads us with a 7.49 rating and 6 assists. He also has 4 Players of the Match awards. Bakary Yada, Charles Ely Mathis each have 7 yellow cards. Mathis has the 1 red card. I haven't... The January transfer window is coming up. I've had a few offers for players like Madishak, and they've really been lowballing me. If I'm going to let any player go, it's going to be for at least their release fee. We did get a bump to our payroll, which I then turned around and I clicked on the wrong thing, which I then turned around and fed back into the transfer budget. So at the moment, our payroll is 429,000 euros, and I'm spending 424. That gives us a 1.7 million transfer budget to work with, which frankly isn't a lot. And I don't know if I'm going to be making, if I do make any moves in the January transfer window, it's probably going to be for a loan player. So that said, we got Getafe coming up tomorrow. I've got to actually set my training for this and check my reserves, set the best 11, and we're going to be back with that match in just a bit. No, we are playing our 4-2-4, of course. Van Berkel in goal. Mahmoud, Sirac, Lukeba, and Nunez as the defensive back four. Grigera and Majicak as the midfielders. Yada and Tremoni as the attacking midfielders. Smokovic and Traore up top as the strikers. I started doing this a couple of games ago just to get them both on the field. Smokovic plays a really good trequartista. I still have no idea exactly what that is, other than he kind of sits there and waits for everything to come to him, and I'm probably 90% wrong on that interpretation. But he and Traore are building up a good partnership, although I would like to figure out a way to get like Smokovic, Traore, and Matasevic on the field at the same time. Smokovic can play midfielder on the right as an inside forward. Maybe that's something we look at going forward. So, DK, Maksimovic, Radu in goal, Kusarella, Gallo. Okay. Zawolf. Okay. Got our work cut out for us here. Oh my, let's go out and get Getafe back for the last time they thumped us. Worked. Corner kick in, knocked away. Guidi sends it in again, and Kodasang heads it over the crossbar. Radu bombs it forward, right to Tremoni. Nice first touch from the youngster. Drops it off to Majicak, who's driving forward. He passes all the way back to Lukeba. Back to Majicak. Long pass. Yada's there. Smokovic. Oh, far post and in with a little help from the goal. But sometimes a little help's what you need. His 12th goal of the season. Holy cow, this guy's been a great pickup for us. I expected him to come in and be a backup for Traore, but if anything, he supplanted Traore as the starter. Lucina's still a good forward. Pedrag's a little bit better than him in a couple areas. We can look at that after this game here, but you know, the fact I can get both of them on the field, I'm really happy with. I'd still... Oh, Yada scores. Really nice. I don't know. I still like to play with like the target man or a complete forward. And Traore can play a pretty good complete forward too. So if playing attacking forward with a Trequartista doesn't work, I can always move to the complete forward and move Smokovic back to attacking forward. Half hour in, no highlights since the last one. And I spoke too soon. Sirac, back to Van Berkel, who's been solid for us this run. He's made some really nice saves. Lukeba, Majashak, long pass. Traore got behind the defenders, one-on-one with the keeper. And he shoots it right at him. Diakite sends it out of bounds. We need to figure out a way to train Traore to either shoot with power around the keeper. It depends on what some of his other attributes are. Maksimovic to Moreno. Over to Wolf. Out to Kusarella. Kodasang on the left. Cuts inside. Back to Maksimovic. Long pass towards Guidi. Out in the right. He sends it back to Moreno. To Maksimovic to Kusarella. In the box. Holds it up. Gives it, well, Wolf sends it back to Moreno. Back to Maksimovic. Gallo back over to Kusarella on the left. In the box. Out the box. Crosses it. And Wolf is there for the score. That took a long time, but it was worth it for them. Some nice passing by Getafe there. Our new stadium has a target in the middle of the field going out. Interesting. Oh, Van Berkel should have had that. Or at least gotten at least something on it, other than the whiff of breath. And that is halftime. 10 shots, 5 on target for us. 5 shots, 3 on target for them. We are doing really well. Tell Yada to calm down because of the yellow card. Yeah, Smokovic has been here not even a full... I hit the caps lock button. Smokovic has been here not even a full season, and he's already an influential player. Guidi sends it in. And Van Berkel got a hand on it, but what the heck happened there? Of course it's Diakite's first goal. Why wouldn't it be Diakite's first goal? It literally bounced off Van Berkel's hand and went in. Oh, just past 60 minutes. We're going to make a couple of changes here. Going to bring Messick on for Lukeba. Tremoni's going to move over to the left. Smokovic is going to come out and take Yada's place. Yada's going to switch with Traore. Traore is going to move to advance forward. Yada's going to come off for Maksimovic. Matasevic, rather. Maksimovic, good grief, Jellicoe. So it's what? 3 position changes for 2 players brought in? It's like a... No, it's not a double switch. Come on, guys, let's get creative. I don't know why Van Berkel is pressured by my get creative. He really doesn't have a lot to do. If we throw this away late, I'm going to be highly, highly upset. And instead, our 2 goals in the 8th and 10th minutes give away to goals from Getafe in the 43rd and 57th minute, and we draw. That's an okay result. Yada a solid game, Tremoni a not so solid game. What do I tell the guys? You were unlucky today. And they really don't believe me, but, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we have got Vizcaya Bilbao. No, it's Vizcaya Bilbao coming up in 3 days. So expect to see a lot of youngsters. We're going to be back with that match in just a bit. Slight formation change for us today. It's still technically a 4-2-4, but the guys I want to start are actually a little bit better playing wing back than they are full back on the back four. So we pushed them forward just a little bit. We've got Nedelik in goal, Bernier, Vega, Meis, and Kadusik as the back four, St. Jair and Andrade as the midfielders, Salinas and Matondo as the attacking midfielders. He's only good for 45 minutes unless his groin decides to give out earlier. And then Ibe and Ruiz up top as the strikers. Now, Ibe is a youth player. I don't honestly remember if I talked about him or not, but this is him. He's a really good false nine, but he also plays a really good advanced forward, and with Ruiz in as the target man. So he's 2-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, really good physicals. Mentals, he's good where it counts. I like the 16 bravery. The 15 determination is nice. The 11 off the ball is definitely improving, as is the teamwork. And he's definitely getting better. I don't know that he would ever be a full-time starter for us, but he's got potential, and that's one of the reasons I picked him up. If I remember correctly, we paid 150,000 euros for him to get him from Luzern, where he was solid but not spectacular. So we're playing Vizcaya Bilbao, who are a semi-pro team, and they, of course, are playing 5-3-2. So it'll be wing back on wing back, and we'll have to see if our advanced midfielders can't help overrun things. So we're not exactly, the guys are not exactly match fit. We haven't had an under 19 game in about a week because of Christmas, I want to say. Bernier to Vega to Andrade, all the way over to Matondo. They're sitting really far back. Matondo runs in, and he is fouled. Andrade's going to take this. And he hits the post. Let's hope that's not a portent of things to come. Ibe heads it away. Andrade's going to run it down. To Meis, to Vega, back to Meis. Andrade's actually a good player. He's a quietly good season, I guess you could call it. I wonder if I can pull that up here. No, I cannot. 21 years old. He's from Cape Verde, so the face doesn't really match where he's from. Sent in off the crossbar. Definitely getting Matondo off at the half. Sent in again. And off the crossbar again. Is that 3 woodwork hits we've had? Good grief. Andre's on a 6-2, but I think that is because of the missed penalty kick. Kuduzik's injured. He'll come off. Salinas back out to Bernier on the left. In the box, Matondo is there, and he puts it far post and scores. Second goal of the season for Rabbi. He's still coming off at the half. Playing in the rain of Vizcaya Bilbao. I see a parking lot and no stands. Kaduzik's going to have to come. Well, Kaduzik isn't exhausted. He's got a tight calf. So we'll hand the pep talk over to the assistant. I know I brought in... Yeah, I brought in Moretti. So we'll drop him back. We'll bring on Tremoni for Matondo. Salinas sends it in. And who was that? Meis? Meis scores. Let's see this in the 3D. Nice header. My guys were complacent. I told them to concentrate, and now they're overwhelmed. That strikes me as just a bit weird. Anyone else having a quote-unquote bad game? We'll pull Andrade off, bring on Grigara. Tremoni sends it in. Ruiz with the header and scores. There's a decent opportunity he might be moving in the January transfer window as well. I'm trying to develop Matozovic, and I can't do that with Ruiz on the field. Plus, he's earning a lot of money. We'll take a look at that here in a little bit, too. Herrera sends it in, and oh, they hit the post. That was a solid effort by Vizcaya. Of our 30 shots, only one has been a clear-cut chance. That's slightly troubling. A comfortable win. The Andre missed penalty gave me a little bit of a concern there. Tell him good win, well done. We'll see who we're playing in the second round here. Well, you know, we're going to check out a couple different things here real quick. Nice win, and how's Alves doing? He didn't play well. Okay. Sampdoria, on the other hand, is having a really solid season. Price Mice, who signed a new contract as well. So we are looking at... Oh, and I totally screwed this up. Ruiz is making 15,000 euros, but his contract ends in June. Lucien Traore is making 40,000 euros because of the new contract I had to sign him to. Matando's making 25,000. So yeah, he's going to get moved. Going to be an interesting January transfer window. So let's see who we are playing next. My head of youth development decided to stay with the club instead of moving to a club in the Netherlands. Wasn't Ajax or Feyenoord or one of the big ones. It was a mid-table club in the area division. He decided to stay here. Well, Athletic Club also fired their coach because they are currently in 12th place? No, 15th. They've fallen. And the second round draw today. That is a lot of teams. So we are just going to draw all. We're playing Pontevedra, who are a third division team. It's going to be Group 1. Well, where are they in the... You know what? Let's check this out here. They're a lower table team in the group. Okay. But still a chance for us to throw it away there. So we are going to come back for... Do I play Pontevedra or not? Yeah, you know what? We may as well. We'll do Guadalajara. The next episode will come back and be Barcelona and Pontevedra. You know, Barcelona's only outspending us by about 20 times. I mean, they have 11 players making as much in a week as my entire... Well, at one point in time, they had a bunch of players making as much in a week as my entire payroll was. When my payroll was 275,000, they had, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 players making that much money? Oh, wait a minute, I got to scroll up. 10, 11 players making that much money? They got one player right now, Griezmann, who's making more money than my payroll. And Fati and De Jong are not too far behind. So, you know, let's see what we can do against Barcelona. We held Madrid to a 1-1. We have a chance. If you did like what you seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM20. I thank you for watching.